supposed to be quiet if I was gonna film this. My parents' house. This is gonna happen a lot this summer. But can you blame me? I mean, no matter how much I like the people in Rosebud, am I gonna pick a dirty, shallow river over this? You can't see it closely. It's also dirty and shallow, but it's a lake instead of a river. Apparently it's not just salt water that gets into your bones, which is tough because being an actor, I tend to move between major city centers. You can't find enough work to make a living if you stay in Calgary or Edmonton. So either you have a secondary job or a third job, or you just move a lot, which is sort of what I've been doing, plus sometimes a second job. So a house at a lake isn't really in my future unless I become so famous that I can work for 3 months and then spend the rest of the year at my summer home. Fingers crossed! I don't really get that. I just sort of realized that we cross our fingers for luck, but we also cross our fingers when we're lying. Anyone know? There's probably just gonna be a lot of jingling in this video because the lady's outside with me in her collar. You'll get used to it. It'll be fine. When I found out that I was cast as the Wicked Witch, sort of the story that I would say to everyone who asked was, yeah, I get to spend 3 months of my summer terrifying small children. And it was funny and whatever. And then on Saturday afternoon, I terrified a small child. It wasn't just me, sort of any loud noises would set her off, but it definitely got worse whenever I came on stage. And it wasn't as delightful as I thought it would be. I mean, it was sort of funny to know that I was actually terrifying and causing distress to this poor child, but after the initial, oh, she's crying because of me, it just sort of gets old, especially knowing that I have to continue to enter and continue to make it worse. So I clearly still find it a little funny. But it was mostly just super distracting. She was right in the front row and her grandma kept telling her to be quiet and it was just endless until intermission when they left. This is a terrible video and I'm making it sound like we're gonna terrify your children, so don't bring them, but really they will love it. Hey, no barking. Whenever we're out here and she hears something, she needs to go in the house to see what it is, even though she probably has a much better view from out here, especially with all these glass panes on the deck. She'll be back shortly because she'll realize there's nothing in the house and then she'll come and press her nose against the screen and want out. There she is. So after that interesting show on Thursday night, we had a wonderful audience on Friday night. They weren't very big, it was only about 100 people, but they loved it and they laughed at everything. There are certain markers that get laughed at every show, and then there's other stuff that certain audiences will find funny and whatever. And the audience on Friday night just found everything funny. Lines that haven't gotten to laugh since First to Read were hilarious, and it was just wonderful, especially after the previous night. I'm getting a sunburn just standing in sun like this. I didn't put on sunscreen. I thought it was gonna be cold outside. It is not. The extra carpeting on the set has worked marvelously and my shins are starting to get better. They hurt much less and the bruises are just, you know, turning all yellowy and getting better. They look awful. She's moved to the shade now. It's understandable. I'm baking and I don't have like a thick layer of brown fur. Well, they burnt the Christmas tree without me, which is fine, you know, I don't live here, whatever. After each Christmas, we take the Christmas tree out of the house onto the deck and then throw it over the railing so that it lands down the hill. And then it just sits there all winter by the fire pit. And then in the spring, we burn it. And ooh, it's fun because it's all brown and so dry and it just goes out. Except last year, we didn't cut it into smaller pieces and we forgot that it was sort of windy and we melted the tree that was next to the fire pit. The tree didn't catch on fire, just the smoke and the heat was blowing right directly at it. And about a third of the tree, it melted, and it didn't come back all season, but it's back this year, so we didn't kill the tree. I don't even know what I've been saying. I probably have enough to make a video. Yeah, okay. Bye! Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hi! You sunbathing? Yeah. She likes to lie on my feet.